Staff and Michael the entire game just to have their way.
They don't like to lose. You should have seen our practices the last 2 days. You know, they didn't come here to lose. They don't enjoy losing, and you know, and they're two guys that have a lot of pride. And when they don't play well, they understand. They don't need me telling them when they don't play well.
Coach, given that you guys were coming off a loss, you had lost to Missouri in the previous game, was there extra motivation from your guys today as opposed to other games?
I mean, you always want to beat a team that beat you the first time around. You never want to lose 2 to somebody, especially when the second one's at home. And so you know, you have to play well. I mean, we're battling our hearts out to try and figure out a way to win this conference. And every game, the next one becomes a bigger game if you want to win a championship. You know, when you're not fighting for first place, then you know, you're just trying to survive. You know, when you're trying to win a championship, regardless of who you play, that next game becomes the biggest game of the year.
Frank, how well did you play the first half? I mean, that was quite a show.
I thought, you know, from a defensive standpoint, you know, we did the best job we've done all year of helping each other, you know, of rotating and just helping each other, and you know, which is, you know, I was happy to see. That's, you know, kind of the things that we didn't do well last Wednesday. You know, we gave up too many easy baskets, and you know, we worked real hard at trying to correct that the last couple of days, and you know, and then offensively we threw it to the 2 boys inside, and they went out and played like men today. I thought it was pretty good. You know, even early, I thought had them extended. I thought we were playing with unbelievable energy. You know, we had a couple simple little breakdowns where we gave up. Matt Lawrence gave him some threes early, and you know, but you can't absolutely take everything away from a team whenever you play somebody. You got to kind of you know, pick what you want to do. And you know what happened when we played at Missouri is we gave them all open looks in the second half, everybody. And that's what you can't do when they've got a team that all 5 guys can shoot the ball. The way we defend, and you guys have been watching us all year, when we play with the energy that we played with today, we're good. We're good, you know, because we do the things that we talk about, you know, and you know, we rotate, we help each other, and you know, we've done that for the major part of the year. You know, early on in the season, I thought we played real hard. We didn't understand a lot of our rotations, but I thought our offense was the one that was lacking. Well, in my coaching career, that's always been the way my teams have played. Is defensively we're a lot stronger early than we are offensively, and that's because, you know, that's why Hugs and I got along so good and still do, because we kind of spent a lot of time in practice playing defense rather than offense. If you can help me, I'll bring you with me. You know, we've played well on the road. You know, it's not like we've played bad on the road. We had a bad second half against Missouri, and we had a bad first half against Texas Tech. You know, I thought the second half against Texas Tech, I thought we played well until we had to foul late, and then they made their free throws and, you know, kind of gave them more points. But, you know, I thought in the second half against Tech, yeah, the first 3 or 4 minutes we didn't play well, and then we really played well the last, you know, that middle 12-minute portion, 14-minute portion of the second half, But, you know, we just got to go out and find a way to do it. I mean, we're good enough. We're talented enough. You know, we got to go back and do what we've done in the past here and go on the road and win.
Another 40-point night for Mike. At this point, is anything surprising to you?
When you guys asked me back in September, I said that he's very good. And when I went out and told people that in high school I thought he was a better player than Kevin Durant in high school, everyone thought I was nuts. Now everybody's got to watch him as much as I was watching him before, so everyone kind of getting an understanding that he's pretty good. How do you lose at Missouri and come back and play so well against the same team unless your team matures, unless your team understands what it takes to win? And I couldn't be prouder of our guys. I've been proud of our guys from the first day. You tell me of another team in the country that has 6 true freshmen playing regular minutes. Another team in the country, just another team, not just a team competing for a championship, another team that's playing 6 true freshmen regular minutes.
Can you talk about Anderson's performance?
He's been playing better. He's been playing better, and he's been practicing better, and it's it's kind of what he's supposed to do. Some people want to jump through the roof because he played well. And like I tell him, I expect you to play that way because you have that ability. And and he's got to keep working on the defensive end. That's something where he needs to continue to learn. And then offensively, he's brought tremendous energy for us.
Frank, you need more minutes from Bill. Does he have to control his emotions a little bit more on the court or not?
You seen me, Mark? You think I like laid-back guys?
But can you be that way to a fault?
We just won by 46 points because his emotion led us for the last 2 days. Or whatever we won by, 32 or whatever. I don't know what the final score was. I've said it from day one. Give me guys that have his passion, and I'll be happy.
Coach, did your team have a chance to interact with the Final Four teams that were here today?
I think some of our players have. Some of them, some of those guys were around shoot-around and stuff. And we talk to our players all the time about those guys. See, those guys are the ones that started the incredible history of K-State basketball. And the one thing that I've wanted to do in my 10 months on the job is I want to reconnect that. I want to reconnect that because the incredible history of this program needs to be advertised. And our players need to understand that it was done at a high level for a lot of years where they're at now. And, and I think our guys are taking pride to go out and represent K-State.
Coach, we're starting to see a lot of different sets from you, a lot of different players in the lineup at different times. Does that show depth in your squad?
It's been all year. I've said it all year. I believe in playing guys. Guys come in and do what I ask them to do in practice, and they compete. They earn the right to get on the court. And why am I going to recruit a guy if I don't want to play him? If I don't think he's good enough to play, then he shouldn't be here, and I shouldn't recruit him. But if we do recruit him and we do offer him a scholarship and they're committed to helping us and they do what I ask them to do, they deserve to play.
You started your 2 point guards together, I think, for the first time. How did you feel?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. I wasn't happy how we started the game at Texas Tech, and I'm trying to figure that out right now. I don't know, where we go from here on Wednesday, but it worked out well for tonight.
Coach, you win by 37. I haven't seen you smile all night. Are you going to smile at some point?
March 13th, is that the day that we play the first round game in the Big 12 tournament? We got a regular season conference championship, then at least I'll feel good about something. It's hard to enjoy when you're in the middle of the grind. I'm proud of our guys. I couldn't be prouder of them. I keep saying it, when you've got a bunch of 18-year-old guys in your locker room and they come in and they compete as hard as our guys do and they make my job easy. I've been around guys that make my job hard. When you're around guys that make my job easy, I just want to make sure that I'm doing my job to the best of my abilities because those guys deserve the opportunity to play for a championship because that's how hard they've worked. So I kind of get caught up in the grind and, I'm sure sometime here in the near future I'll be able to reflect back and enjoy what, kind of the things that we've been doing.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
Thank you.